Ladies and gentlemen, Sarge.
I travel a lot. I stay with friends. I try to do that to save money, and then when you finally do get to their house, you wish you'd have gone to the hotel. You know what I'm talking about? You ever do that? Like people say, "Oh, come stay with us," and then you do, and then you can't just be naked on their couch and watch TV. They don't like it when you use the drapes to wipe yourself. Do you know what I mean, everybody? But I'm staying at one friend's house, and he puts me in the guest room, and I'm allergic to everything. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm allergic. I'm a highly allergic person. And he had a cat. He had one of those cats that looked like a bedroom slipper with the face kicked in. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I hate cats. I hate cats because they have no forehead, which means no brain. Do you know what I mean? They're just, and this one was just, the whole time I was there. And this cat, I was sleeping where he usually slept, right? And I'm highly allergic, so every morning I would wake up and I would have to take 36 Benadryl and then pick up a white chip. And so I didn't know that was meth. I just thought it was Benadryl. So I just wanted to breathe, everybody. It wasn't about altering my mood. I'm a lot better when I'm breathing. So this cat kept everywhere I went at my friend's house. He works during the day. I do comedy at night. You wouldn't believe it from tonight, but I do comedy at night. And every time I would go to the bathroom, the cat would follow me to the bathroom. The cat was like following me around. I would take a wee, and the cat would get in the cat box right next to the toilet. He would do a wee. I did another kind of number. I took a dump. The cat took a dump. It was like we were in sync with each other, And I'm my mother's son. I'm very OCD also, even though I'm slovenly. I'm very clean and neat. So every time the cat would do his thing, I would clean out the box and put it in the toilet. So I was at my friend's house about a week and a half when he says to me, it's really strange. Muffins hasn't gone to the cat box since you got here. He hasn't pooped. I'm really concerned. So I said, really? Is that true? He hasn't gone at all? He said, no. He said, we got to take him to the vet. So he took him to the vet, and he got cat laxative for the vet. It's a true story. And he said to me, every time you feed him during the day, give the cat a little bit of this, and it'll help him move his bowels. And then he would go to work. So one day, when he left for work, I took a dump in the cat box. So when Kevin came home, there was this man pile right on top of the fresh step, So I went out and did my sets at the clubs. I went to the Comedy Store and I went to the Improv. And I came home about 2:30 in the morning. Kevin's on the couch crying with the cat. I said, what's the matter? He says, go look in the bathroom. It's gigantic. I don't know how he did it, but it's huge. I think he's going to die. It might be his liver. I'm not even sure. Do cats have a liver? I said, I don't know. They eat a lot of liver. I know that. Go look. It's huge. So I go in the bathroom and I said, oh my, that's enormous. Wow. So he says, hurry up. Get a Ziploc bag. We got to show the vet. So now I go out to the garage and I get a garden trowel. And I'm scooping my own poop out of the cat box into a Ziploc bag. I said, what do you want me to do with it? He goes, we got to keep it fresh till tomorrow morning. Put it in the refrigerator. I swear, I'm not making this up. Some stuff you don't have to write. So I put it in the fridge, double bagged it, of course. The next morning, we got up really early. We went to that, on Sepulveda, there's that emergency one. So we went and got the bags out of the fridge, and we put, he points at, he goes, show him the bag! So Little Mittens is on the table, Muffins, whatever the hell his name was, and I hold up the bag, and Kevin holds up the cat, and the vet takes the cat's tail, and he looks at the cat's ass, and then he looks at the bag, and then he looks at Kevin, and then he looks at me, and meanwhile he looks at the cat's ass again, and then he looks at Kevin, and he looks at the bag, and then he looks at the cat's ass, and he says, Kevin, he says, you don't have a sick cat, you have a sick fucking friend. True story. Oh, it's a true story.